Greg Silva here. We are in Black Belt Excellence, and the topic is really, really cool this month. The topic is courage and bravery. As you already know, courage is something that some kids have and they just take risks. Other kids just, they're afraid of certain things, but they're afraid of certain things because of certain reasons. I'm just going to read this piece of paper. It describes what courage is, and I think it's a really good basis for your mindset when you're teaching this topic this month. Courage is the willingness to confront unpleasant emotions like anger, embarrassment, danger, pain, or uncertainty. So when we ask kids to do certain things and they go, I don't want to do it, what's stopping them? Is it an emotion like anger that if I fail on this, I'm going to get really angry and get mad at everyone? Is it embarrassment? I just don't like kids when they laugh at me, and if I mess this up, they may laugh. So it's not really they just lack total courage. There's a fear of something underlying. Maybe it's danger. If I do this, I'm going to get seriously hurt, and I don't want to get hurt. It's got nothing to do with embarrassment. It's got nothing to do with kids laughing at them. They just don't want to get hurt. Is it going to be painful? If I do this, I'm going to get fall, I'm going to hurt my elbow. I hate pain, so I'm just not going to do it. So it's not really the courage. It's the fear of getting slightly hurt or just uncertainty. I think I can do it, but I probably won't be able to do it. And so they start talking themselves out of it. So courage has a lot of aspects that are happening in the kid's mind when you ask them to do a certain task. Courage doesn't always mean an absence of fear or danger. Being courageous means facing threats despite being fearful. A courageous person takes tough calls or makes bold decisions that seem worth fighting for. They take calculated risk and fear to ensure that they're not overconfident and take the appropriate actions. So we're going to give them some challenges today or all this month. Some of the kids are just going to say, I love this, I can do this. Some of the kids are going to go, no, I don't want to do this. And what we have to do is talk them into trying to overcome that fear. Because the more times they have the opportunity to overcome fear, the less fearful they become and the more courageous they become. Our call and response, you've done this before. Are you ready for a challenge? All the kids yell, bring it on. So we're going to start with something really easy. We're going to just start with somersaults or our forward rolls. Some kids have done this before, you have no problem. Other kids may need a little help. Other kids may fall into the courageous part where they're afraid to do a forward roll because they're going to be embarrassed. Maybe they just don't know how, so they're not even going to try, and they become just like adamant, you can't make me do this. So we're going to start off slow, get them on their knees, or just have them squat down, put your hands in front of them, make sure they tuck your chin down into their chest, and you're going to spot them and help them do a forward roll. Then we're going to have them do jumps. You can jump over pads, or you can have one student on the hands and knees and the other student jumping forward over that person. So either way, I kind of like jumping over the person because that's courageous too. The kid on bottom, he's got to be courageous because he doesn't want the kid on jumping over him to actually jump onto him. The kid jumping, he's going to maybe question, can I really jump that high? If they get that type of mindset, have the partner on the ground just go belly down on the ground so he doesn't have to jump too high. Have the kid jumping over him, jump a few times. Once he builds up his confidence, go back on the knees. So we're doing somersaults. This is going to be new. Are you ready for a challenge? Bring it on, sir. Today we're going to do somersaults and just start in that squatted position, doing a forward roll. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to have them jump over something. Jump over pads, jump over a person. Just the whole idea of jumping, being courageous that they can make that jump, and being courageous that the person jumping isn't going to fall on them. If you're jumping over pads, spend a little time, start adding pads on the floor. So maybe they're jumping over one pad, that's pretty easy. Then you got 2 body shields, well, that becomes a little tougher. 3 body shield is, hey, I may slip and fall. Am I really courageous? And then the 4 or 5 pads, those are for your athletes, and they're going to demonstrate that it can be done. So a lot of times if a kid sees that it can be done, then he will try. But it's all about being courageous. We're working with young kids. We're working with kids that have certain fears, that are afraid of getting hurt. You really can't tell their tolerance until you start working them in class. But the whole idea is to give them references of success. I was nervous at this. It was a challenge. I told the instructor to bring it on, and I did it. And then I did it again. And then I did a little bit higher. So this one, again, is 4 rolls and jump. At the end of the class, say, hey, everyone, before we read the mat chat, I want to try one thing. And what I want you to do is have them jump over someone. After they jump over someone, do a forward roll. So you jump over a pad, do a forward roll. Jump over a person, do a forward roll. So we did them separate at the beginning of the class. We talked about being courageous. We gave them references of success. At the end of the class, hey guys, you ready for another challenge? Bring it on, sir. Now you've got to jump over the person. After you jump over the person, squat down and do a forward roll. Say, guys, if you think this was fun, wait to see the challenges I'm giving you next week.